Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Seth and I'm an amateur game developer. Now, there's a lot of debate in the gaming and game development community about how much energy people should be focusing on graphics, animation, special effects when making games, and whether it really impacts the gaming experience or not. Now, I'm not going to say whether I'm for or against it, but I do want to offer my 2 cents to the conversation by bringing up something that I don't really see brought up much when talking about subjects like this that I think could contribute to the conversation greatly. So there's this great book that I've been reading by Steve Swink called Game Feel, A Game Designer's Guide to Virtual Sensation. This book covers what game feel is, how to create game feel, why some games feel good to play, and it divides game feel into three components, and one of those components is polish. Here, let me just read this for you. Polish refers to any effect that artificially enhances interaction without changing the underlying simulation. This could mean dust particles at a character's feet as it slides, a crashing sound when two cars collide, or camera shake to emphasize a weighty impact. Things of that nature. And then on the next page, it actually gives a very specific example of this. Here, let me read it to you. If all polish were removed, the essential functionality of the game would be unaltered, but the player would find the experience less perceptually convincing and therefore less appealing. This is because for players, simulation and polish are indistinguishable. Feel can be just as strongly influenced by polish effects as by a collision system. For example, a simple squash and stretch animation layered on top of a moving avatar can radically change the feel of the game. As the creators of the popular student game The Blob discovered, a post from Juice Van Dongen reported that when the ball bounces or moves very fast, it slightly deforms while rolling as it slightly sags. On screenshots, this is quite a subtle effect, but when seen in gameplay entirely, without the squash shader, the game feels like playing with a ball made of stone. Then, with no changes to the physics at all, the squash shader makes it feel much more like a ball of paint. Nice to see how the player can be deceived about gameplay using graphics only. And just to be clear, not all games need polish. For example, the original Super Mario Bros. Game doesn't really have much polish because it was made in the 1980s and they were very limited in what they could do graphically, but it still feels pretty good to play. But that being said, there are certain things you can do nowadays with advancing technology that can subtly enhance how good a game feels. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents on the conversation. Comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next level.